All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining the UTSA baseball press conference. First and foremost, if you have a question when we get to that point, please use the raise hand function and I will call on you. But first, we have senior left fielder Drew Detlefsen and head coach Pat Hallmark here after a 3-1 week that wrapped up with a 3-0 stay in Houston. And coach, if you could just kind of walk us through your thoughts on the week that was, and previewing ahead with A&M Corpus tomorrow before New Mexico State this upcoming weekend.
My thoughts on the week were, I thought we played well. Even the game we lost, I don't think we played poorly. I don't know that we played well, but we didn't play poorly. So there was something to be learned from the loss. And then we went over to Houston and did well. Really happy for the players. They deserve some of the hype or positive media attention that they're getting, and just the overall positive nature of things right now. As a coach, trying to temper that and get us ready for Corpus. A little worried about that game because Corpus can really swing it. So that's where we're at right now.
Thank you. Let's start with Rylan.
Yeah, Coach. Speaking about making that transition from playing in the Classic to going to Chapman Field, how do you manage that as a coach? Is there anything specific that you talk to the players about? Obviously, it was an emotional series, so how do you handle that type of adjustment?
Yeah, I just try to prepare them and be very real with them. We're pretty real in this program, and we'll continue to be that way. These guys are grown-ups. They can handle being real. So Corpus is good. They're hitting .307. Their on-base percentage is over .400. They got a kid named Easton Smith. I don't know if he'll pitch. I haven't talked to Coach Malone over there yet, but he's been going for him, and he didn't pitch this weekend. But he's got 8 innings on the season and 2 hits and no runs. So he's really good. So we'll have our work cut out for us over there, and we'll talk about that tomorrow as we prepare. The guys will get the day off today, and they deserve that.
Thank you, JJ.
Pat, from a big picture standpoint, obviously the wins are great, but are you liking what you're seeing out of your baseball team through 11 games, just overall?
Yes, I am. The identity is what we want to be, I think. I think we throw strikes. We walked 4 on Friday, and then 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. So that's 8 walks. I'm not very good at math, but I think it's 8. 8 walks in 3 games is terrific. That's what we try to do. And, if we're going to get beat, we want them to have to beat us with the bats. In other words, not the walk. So, and then, we can hit. We're not always going to hit. I feel like every time we don't score 10 runs, Ryland's disappointed. It's not that easy to score 10 runs. We make it look easy sometimes, but we mostly hit well too. You're not always going to put up 10 runs and do that, but we were able to do that some this weekend, and we won the one game that we didn't as well. So I am pleased with what I'm seeing, but mostly it's the players' mindset right now. They're very determined. They're willing to do what's ever asked of them. Very unselfish group up to this point. So I can't say enough about those guys.
Yeah, I was going to just follow up on that. How do you keep that mindset the way it is? You guys are hot to start this season. You got a nationally ranked out there. And how do you stop, the players from getting complacent, for lack of better words?
We'll see how we do with that. That's part of coaching. So I don't want to act like we're gonna do it, but we'll see. But we're just gonna be honest with them. We're gonna show them the stats and who Corpus is, and then we go from there. But this game can humble you real quick. And some of these guys are older, like Drew. He's been around the block a little bit. So some of the younger guys, we got our work cut out for us as coaches. Just to we don't want to show up and act like it's already done by showing up. That's a sure way to get your butt kicked. So. There's no guarantees, but again, just honesty. The answer to your question really is just honesty. We'll be real honest with them, and if we don't get it done, we'll look in the mirror as coaches and players and try to be honest with ourselves.
Thank you, Rylan.
Coach, before I ask my question, I just want to say I'm a fan of low scoring games. Yeah, I like the hits, but the low scoring games are fun too. But no, I just wanted to ask, how you assess, the play of your middle infield and subsequently the bottom of the lineup. What's your assessment on the defense there, and are you looking at potentially making any changes, or are you sticking with your guys as of right now?
I guess first of all, my assessment is the word that comes to mind for me is maturity. Both Jordan and Diego specifically, when you mentioned the middle infield, are very mature, and Diego's been great. Complete game. Diego's really evolved into a complete player. He can hit for a little power now, which is wonderful to see. He's not very tall, but he's strong. So very versatile, complete. JB's not hitting as much as he wants. I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. I'm trying to take some of the pressure off of him to hit. But JB's presence and maturity is very calming to our whole team. So I don't know that we'll make any changes. At whatever, I think we're 9-1 or 10-1 or whatever we are. I don't want to make too many changes, but we also haven't faced a left-handed starter. You would see a little different lineup if our opponents would start a left-handed pitcher. It just hasn't happened yet. So there's some guys on the bench that are hungry and they deserve to play, and you'll see them. But the biggest reason we haven't made a lot of changes is we're hot and we continue to see a lot of right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you because you have a little bit of a different perspective as a player. A similar question that I asked Coach. How do you make the transition from playing, in a major league ballpark, sweeping the series to playing a midweek against A&M Corpus Christi? How do you handle that transition as a player?
I don't think there's much of a difference. It's 90 feet, 60 feet, 60 feet and 6 inches from the mound and to the plate. And I think we just play our game and we'll get the business handled in Corpus.
Thank you, Zach.
Hey guys, congrats on the fantastic weekend. Drew, I'll start with you just real quick. I know Coach mentioned Ryland kind of gets, a little upset when y'all don't score 10 runs. Do you guys get upset when y'all don't hit the double-digit mark on the scoreboard?
Sometimes it's not like a frustration thing, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, like we didn't get double-digit runs today. It's been a standard here at UTSA. We score a lot, we hit a lot, we have fun, and some games when we don't go up to double digits, it's like, oh, well, we could have done this, we could have done that. Like Coach always says, we always look at how we score and how our opponents score, and I've leaned into that category where I'm just trying to see how many runs we can score in one game or the possibilities we could have had.
And Drew, just how have y'all locked in that, especially that the top half of that lineup? Caden, Josh, you, Stookie, Josh. I mean, it seems like y'all are really clicking right now. Just what is it that's giving y'all so much confidence at the top of the lineup?
I think 1 through 9, we all do a really good job of getting on base and having good at bats, but there is a lot of competitiveness in this order, and I think everyone wants to get on base for the next person to score and produce more runs for this team. And I think not even the 1 through 5 is doing that. I think 1 through 9, even people on the bench that have an opportunity to play, I think they're doing a really good job and setting the standard for UTSA offensively.
Thank you, JJ.
Drew, tell us about how you're feeling to start the season. You're pretty hot. Have you ever gone on a tear like this before? And just kind of what are you feeling when you're at the plate?
I feel really comfortable. Coach Hallmark and Coach Guao have really helped me become more loose and, I guess, comfortable again. That was a big thing that we preached with my swing and my approach, and I think it's paying out really well right now, and hopefully to keep it going throughout the season.
Drew, you guys entered the national rankings for one of the publications here. What's the players' reaction to seeing that, and is that something the players pay attention to?
To be honest, I think we all pay attention to it, but I think this team as a whole has become very mature under Coach Hallmark, and honestly, I don't think we care that we're ranked. I think it's more of a fan approach and, let the city know that we mean business and we want to play baseball here. And I think that we're all hungry on this team and that we're ranked right now. And I think the next step is to go top 20 and then top 15 and top 10. So there's always more. We're always hungry to do more for this team and the city.
Pat, what was your reaction to seeing that the Roadrunners are ranked nationally today?
I just figured I'd have some more questions about it. I think Drew brings up a good point, which I hadn't thought of. I don't love being ranked. I think I've mentioned that before. It just brings another little hiccup to getting players ready. There's no guarantee they won't be ready because you're ranked, but when you're ranked, they maybe start feeling themselves a little bit. It comes with the territory, though. But I think what Drew brought up, which I think is a wonderful point, is it is good for the city. I think it's great if the city of San Antonio hears that the baseball team here at UTSA is ranked in the top 25, because most of the average baseball fan just thinks of A&M in Texas as that. And over the last few years, we've been ranked now. This is the third year, I think, in the last 4 that we've been ranked in the top 25. So it's becoming what we do. I don't mind saying that. If you've done it 3 out of 4 years, it's becoming what we do. There's no guarantees, but it's good for the city. The more people we can get out here to come enjoy the product we put on the field and these guys, the better chances that stadiums and things that these players deserve might happen around here. So that side of it, I do think Drew makes a wonderful point.
Rylan?
Coach, last question from me regarding the game tomorrow against A&M Corpus Christi. I know you said that you were still working through your preparation for that game. Are you ready to announce the starter yet, or that's something that you're not ready to do yet?
Not yet, only because Scott Malone at Corpus and I chatted this morning, and he wasn't ready to give me his guy yet. So he told me he would after lunch. So maybe after this press conference, but. We do know who we're pitching, but I want to wait because I want to make sure we get their guy, or he might delay even longer if I announce it on here.
All right, got a couple from Zach.
Hey, Coach, when your offense is clicking in as well as it has been at the start of the season, and, of course, the run production, 3 games this weekend, 33 runs, what kind of mindset, what sort of approach are you looking for from your pitchers when you get that kind of run support?
We really want strikes. We always want strikes, but it becomes critical that we don't give that other team anything to jumpstart them. A little bit yesterday. I actually thought Gunnar Brown pitched fine yesterday. He threw 64 pitches and like 47 strikes, but he happened to jumpstart them with 2 hit by pitch. I don't think he walked anybody, but he hit them twice, and those were the 2 innings that they had their multi-run innings. Was we jumpstarted them with the hit by pitch. It's kind of ironic because his strike percentage was so high, but he was trying to go in on them. So, yeah, just in general, we love strikes around here, but certainly when you put up runs, you want to keep pounding the strike zone. You're going to give up some hits. You're going to give up some homers, but if you're scoring runs yourself, the solo homer's not going to beat you. It's the walks before the home run that can get somebody back in a game. So.
And Coach, I was just going back and looking at past press conferences. I didn't see anything, but was just curious. I know you guys were asking around for an extra opinion or two with Robert. Any updates there? I know you said it's unclear if he could make a return this season. Is there any update on that front?
I'm looking at my phone because I asked for. He's out for the season. Surgery. I was verifying that I could make that announcement, and that's why I looked at my phone to get verification from the powers that be.
Are you able to just say how's Robert doing? What's his kind of timetable? What's his mindset now that he's headed for surgery?
Rob's known this. We've known this. If you saw the injury, you could tell it wasn't good. So. In terms of today, I think Rob's okay. It was hard. Everybody was empathetic. But Rob is strong. He's young. He's resilient. He's going to be back. So everybody's pulling for him.
Are there any other questions at this time? Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. And gentlemen, thank you for the press conference and best of luck this week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.